I'm just outside of Kamloops, BC, not far from the site of the proposed Ajax gold and copper mine. The proposed mine is set to bring 500 full-time jobs during its planned 23-year lifespan, 1,200 additional construction jobs, $400 million in tax revenues, and yearly $3.8 million in direct payments to the city of Kamloops. The Polish company behind the mine got word on November 20th that the British Columbia Environmental Assessment Office had granted their approval, which means Premier Horgan and the BC NDP cabinet have 45 days to approve or reject this project. As with all resource development in this province, the Ajax mine has seen heated arguments locally in Kamloops from both those who support and those who are against the project.
While the proposed project does not fall within the Kamloops city limits, City Council voted against supporting the project. Local First Nations have also come out in opposition, indicating the mine site has spiritual significance and is considered sacred land. With uncertainty about how the NDP will implement the UN Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, that has left many to believe First Nations will be granted a veto for projects like this. However, those opposed have been met by at least one activist fighting to see the mine built. Caroline King is a local Kamloops resident who started the Support Ajax Mine Facebook page, a page which now has more support than the Stop Ajax Mine Facebook page.
I just didn't get the claims, so I thought we needed to have a way to support the proposal. Let's see if we can get the proposal from A to Z. Let's find out if it's doable. And if it's doable, I just don't think we can afford to ignore those kinds of opportunities in BC at this time. It's all encompassing. It's large projects like this pay into our nonprofit society like no other business anywhere. When you have a good root system of a resource-based economy, everything else sort of comes naturally. Small business flourishes. Bigger businesses are able to move into smaller areas. You get housing development, you get better education opportunities. It's all sort of part of one thing, but without that strong base in our province, which is what we have grown on, which is what we are about, we don't get to have all those extra benefits that come as a result of that.
I asked King about concerns over air quality, if other mines in the area like the Highland Valley copper mine had caused health issues, and the proximity of the Ajax mine site to the city of Kamloops.
So what I know of growing up in mining is that we have some of the safest mining anywhere in the world, right here in Canada. Companies can only do what we allow them to do in our country. And what I would suggest to people who are afraid of the dust, sure, the dust is going to be an issue. There's dust issues around mining, right? We can mitigate those issues the way we do at other mines in the areas. And what I would say to those health concerns are, if that dust is going to create such a death and despair, then why are we not seeing huge lineups of cancer patients and asthma sufferers and COPD patients? Because there are not one cluster on record with Highland Valley Copper, not in 5 decades that they've been recording. So I think we need to get back to a common sense approach. Let's look at real evidence in our backyard, and let's not cave into propaganda built on personal agenda. Let's just look at real fact and build our opinions from there.
Over the past 2 years, British Columbia has seen the Northern Gateway pipeline killed. Over $50 billion in LNG investments evaporate. The Trans Mountain Pipeline is now being held up and opposed by our new NDP government, and the Site C Dam is in jeopardy as well. From the Trudeau Liberals to John Horgan and the NDP to Vancouver Mayor Gregor Robertson, political offices at all levels in Canada see formidable opposition to responsible resource development. Pat Wallace is a 31-year city councillor in Kamloops, and she was the lone vote of support for the Ajax mine on council. I asked her why she supports this project.
For the benefits that would come to Kamloops in the form of jobs and in the form of a good community benefit package that was worth $3.8 million a year, or $100 million over 25 years. And that didn't cover any infrastructure. This was just a separate deal. Well, we don't have an abundance of jobs, and we have a lot of workers that work for $15 an hour, and I'm not being critical of that, but that doesn't pay the rent and the mortgage for the majority of people. And we know we are a province of resources, and the fact that we don't extract them without terrible protests and debates and arguments. It's just incredible. And we all want clean air. We all have clean air. I have had allergies for 15 years. I don't attribute it to anything except age and the environment. So when we go back to the opportunity of having 400 plus jobs, great community benefits package, all I wanted them to do was make it to the environmental stage to see if they could pass the environmental standards. We didn't do that, and I think we've erred badly, and I believe we've erred on behalf of the taxpayers that supported us.
This is Councillor Wallace's final term serving the people of Kamloops, people who she says support the Ajax mine despite the vocal minority against. So we spent a couple hours on the streets of Kamloops asking residents how they feel about this project, the benefits, and the concerns.
We need the jobs, we need the economy. We got to extract the resources. No, there's towns that, like Flin Flon, Manitoba, where the pit was right in the center of town. They built the town around the pit so the miners could walk to work.
I'm worried about the dust. I think because we live in a valley, we have enough settling dust and other pollutants, and we just don't need to add more.
And then the off-swing jobs, they're going to come from that. The suppliers and things like that, and it's going to bring a lot of money into Kamloops.
Despite a loud and well-coordinated campaign against this mine, I got the sense that many locals are in favor. Everyday people want this mine. But after losing over $50 billion in LNG proposals, and potentially billions more if the NDP kill the Kinder Morgan pipeline expansion and the Site C dam, this province desperately needs a win. So we are launching a campaign at approveajaxmine.ca to let Premier Horgan and the BC NDP know this mine needs approval. We can do that by putting out really great high-impact radio ads on the airwaves to get their attention. We'll tell the NDP that Kamloops and other area locals and businesses want this mine and the jobs that come with it. Will you pitch in to help cover the cost of this campaign to help get the word out? We think it'll cost about $2,000 for the radio ads and about $500 more for travel. No other media company will travel to talk to real people affected by this mine. If you believe in what we're doing, telling the other side of the story, you can help pitch in our reporting efforts at approveajaxmine.ca. For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to pitch in, that would be most appreciated at approveajaxmine.ca. You can also become a premium member of The Rebel. Check it out, therebel.media/shows.